Okay, we shall begin now. Hello and welcome to another edition of Bureaucrats India webinar. Bureaucrats India is an independent initiative designed to celebrate the stories of good governance. Through our online platforms, including our website, bureaucratsindia.in, Twitter handle Bureaucrats India, DCs of India, SPs of India, we aim to bring in public domain the good work being done by bureaucrats across the India. Today, in this session of Bureaucrats India webinar, we'll discuss upon how social media has become a digital change agent for Indian bureaucracy. We have with us Dr. Nilesh Toire, IAS District Magistrate, Saran, Bihar, IPS Officer Santosh Singh, IAS Officer Prem Prakash Meena, who is Joint Magistrate, Hathras, UP, and Prateek Dattani, who is a member of Advisory Board of Bridge India, will be shortly joined by IPS Officer Dipanshu Kabra, Additional Transport Commissioner of Chhattisgarh. I now request Dr. Navneet Anand, the founder and editor-in-chief of Bureaucrats India, to take this webinar forward. So over to you.
Thank you, Sweta. Good afternoon. We are happy to bring to you yet another edition of Bureaucrats India webinar. Like Sweta said, Bureaucrats India is an independent platform designed to celebrate stories of good governance, stories of goodness, and stories of how top bureaucrats across the country are bringing about change in people's life. We sincerely believed that in an age of extreme chaos, a platform like this, which is based on celebrating and highlighting good things, has a lot of relevance and values. Constantly over the past few months, ever since we came into being in September, we have been bringing to you various stories, interviews, and we are so honored to have today with us, like Sweta said, a distinguished set of panelists who shall be sharing their experiences and bringing in a lot of perspective, throwing perspectives on that. She forgot to mention Santosh Singh is the SP of Chhattisgarh's Raigarh district. And all these bureaucrats that are here today are those who have very, very effectively and judiciously used social media for good, delivering social good, what I call delivering social good. We live at a time when governance per se has undergone a metamorphosis. If we compare it from the past, I think today we citizens have multiple tools at our disposal to reach out to administrators like Dr. Nilesh or Prem Prakash ji or Santosh ji. What this does is makes the democratic process more vibrant. Not that earlier work was not being done, but today what is happening is that it is making the citizens' feedback far more instantaneous, far more effective, and far more transparent. I'm no expert, so therefore I'll request my distinguished panelists to keep this framework while talking to them. I'm thankful to my friends who have joined us live here on the Zoom platform and also watching our program on our Facebook page, Bureaucrats India. And आप सबों का बहुत स्वागत है. जैसा कि मैंने बताया, आज का टॉपिक है social media as digital change agents, and we shall be hearing हम भारत के वरिष्ठ IAS, IPS पदाधिकारियों से सुनेंगे कि कैसा उनका तजुर्बा रहा है, किस तरह से वो यूज करते हैं. मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा डॉक्टर नीलेश देवरे, who is district magistrate of Saran in Bihar, to start with his observations and perspective. Thank you. I also request all of you to kindly use some case studies as to how you use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and if any other medium to drive discourse with citizens and delivering what I call social good. Thank you. Over to you, Nilesh.
Thank you, Dr. Navneet ji. I would like to start with the book written by our senior Anil Swarup sir. He is a UP cadre, very distinguished IAS officer. He has written a book, Ethical Dilemmas for the Civil Servant, and he has uh, gone in a very details of this using social media by the new breed of the IAS officer. And he has written that दिखाई कम दिया करते हैं बुनियाद के पत्थर, दिखाई कम दिया करते हैं बुनियाद के पत्थर, जमीन में दब गए जो इमारत उन्हीं पर कायम है. तो in old ages, yeah, in the past times, uh, the servants were expected to work invisibly, and our counterpart, the political representative used to uh, the visible part of the government, and the IAS IPS officers used to work behind the curtains. And many a times the IAS officers, IPS officers, and many civil servants has contributed a lot, but uh, the society largely was unaware about that. Few distinguished officers were recognized in that time also, but social media has changed a lot, and the people like me and my batchmate Mr. Santosh and Prem Prakash and all new batches officers are on the social media, and they portray their good work, they shares their thoughts. और इसके वजह से फिर लोगों को एक सोसाइटी में पता चलने लग गया कि आईएएस ऑफिसर्स और आईपीएस ऑफिसर्स डेली रूटीन क्या होता है, क्या काम करते हैं, ये पता चलने लग गया. ये मेरा जो सोशल मीडिया का जर्नी था, मैंने एक फर्स्ट मेरा जो डीएमशिप हुआ था 2015 से 17. आई वाज डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट फॉर वेरी स्मॉल डिस्ट्रिक्ट बांका. 24 लाख पॉपुलेशन था, उसमें बहुत सारे लोग फेसबुक पे भी नहीं थे उस जमाने में. और उस समय मैंने फेसबुक पेज बनाया था, और डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट बांका क्या काम करते हैं और डिस्ट्रिक्ट में क्या होता है वो शुरू किया था, और उसका रिस्पांस मुझे काफी अच्छा मिला था. तो और सेकंड ये थॉट है कि बीइंग इन ऑफिशियल पोजीशन इन द गवर्नमेंट, many time it is expected that we should put forward a official position of the government or official position of the district administration. Like कोविड टाइम्स में लोगों को रोज डेटा चाहिए था, कितने टेस्ट हुए, कितने पॉजिटिव्स आए, कहाँ कहाँ पे कंटेनमेंट जोन है, तो ये ऑफिशियल डेटा रखने की भी जरूरत थी. तो उस समय ये सोशल मीडिया के पेजेस काफी काम में आए. और पुराने जमाने में जैसे गवर्नमेंट की भी कोई योजना होती है या गवर्नमेंट का कोई पॉलिसी होता है, उसका प्रचार करने के साधन तो थे ही, कभी डुगडुगी बजा के या गाड़ी पे लाउड स्पीकर लगा के इस तरीके से प्रचार होता है. तो ये जो अभी सोशल मीडिया है, चाहे वो फेसबुक हो या ट्विटर हो या इंस्टाग्राम हो, तो ये भी एक नए टूल्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन डिसेमिनेशन ये हम कह सकते हैं. दूसरा जो फीडबैक हमें मिलता है लोगों के थ्रू, ट्विटर पे बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं कि वो पॉजिटिव कमेंट करते हैं, नेगेटिव कमेंट करते हैं फेसबुक के थ्रू. तो बट उससे फीडबैक मिलता रहता है कि व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज इन अ राइट डायरेक्शन, और व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज नॉट इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द पब्लिक. तो एक छोटा सा उदाहरण मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि मैं कोविड टाइम्स में मधुबनी डिस्ट्रिक्ट का डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट था, और उस समय एक शुरुआती दिनों में फर्स्ट लॉकडाउन में ये शिकायत उभर के आई थी कि मधुबनी में लोग ओल्ड एज पेरेंट्स उनके रहते हैं, और उनके जो सन है या डॉटर है, दे आर ट्रैप्ड समवेयर इन दिल्ली और मुंबई, और उनको यहाँ पे मेडिसिन नहीं मिल रहे उनके पेरेंट्स को. तो ये होम डिलीवरी ऑफ मेडिसिन ये बहुत बड़ा इशू था, जो सभी डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट ने पूरे देश भर में कैटर किया, छोटी छोटी जगहों पे भी. तो शुरुआत में तो पता नहीं चल रहा था कैसे किया जाए, तो हम लोग अपने वीडियो या हम लोगों के सरकारी माध्यम से ही दवाई भेजना शुरू कर दिए. फिर ये इश्यू बहुत बड़ा उभर के आ रहा था कि बहुत लोगों को इसकी जरूरत है, तो फिर हम लोगों ने डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट एक्ट में एक ऑर्डर निकाला कि जिनका 25 lakhs एंड अबव ईयरली जिन ड्रग की दुकानों का टर्नओवर है वे लोग मैंडेटरी 2 लोगों को होम डिलीवरी के लिए रखेंगे और उनको 2 नंबर मोबाइल नंबर सार्वजनिक करने पड़ेंगे। तो उसका फ़ायदा हुआ। तो यदि सोशल मीडिया नहीं रहते और लोग कमेंट नहीं करते और लोग फीडबैक नहीं देते तो ये बात हो नहीं पाती। दूसरा, कभी-कभी लोगों को लगता है कि जो डेली रूटीन काम करते हैं उसको भी लोग दिखाते हैं आईएएस ऑफिसर्स या आईपीएस ऑफिसर्स। तो जैसे एक यहाँ पे मैंने सारण में जॉइन किया, मुझे केवल 1 महीना ही हुआ है सारण में जॉइन करके। 6 फरवरी को ही मैंने 6 जनवरी को मैंने जॉइन किया था और आज 6 फरवरी है। तो मैं गौशाला का इंस्पेक्शन के लिए गया हुआ था और वहाँ पे गौशाला के इंस्पेक्शन में लोगों ने बताया कि यहाँ पे बगल में डच सिमेट्री है, उसको भी आप लोग देख लीजिए। तो मुझे काफ़ी आश्चर्य हुआ कि सारण में डच सिमेट्री कैसे हो सकता है? तो आई वाज़ कंप्लीटली अनअवेयर अबाउट दिस पार्ट ऑफ हिस्ट्री। तो लोगों ने बोला तो मैं वहाँ गाड़ी लेके चला गया और वहाँ पे मेरे स्टेनो ने 1-2 फोटो मेरे लिए, डच सिमेट्री को देखते हुए। 20 बाय 20 के 2 स्ट्रक्चर्स है और वो फिर मैंने ट्विटर पे डाला कि मैं आज डच सिमेट्री मैंने देखा, 1712 का स्ट्रक्चर है और डच यहाँ पे रहे हैं। फिर मैंने गैज़ेटियर पढ़ लिया और गैज़ेटियर का एक पार्ट भी ट्वीट कर दिया। उसके 2-3 दिनों बाद मुझे दिल्ली का एक फाउंडेशन है, वो हेरिटेज में काम करते हैं, उन्होंने कॉन्टैक्ट किया ट्विटर के डीएम में कि हम लोग उसका रिनोवेशन प्लान बना देंगे। तो आई वाज़ वेरी हैप्पी कि मुझे बनाना ही था बट मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा था किसके थ्रू ये बनाऊँ। और दे आर डूइंग वर्क विद द काशी विश्वनाथ कॉरिडोर। बनारस में ही वो लोग काम कर रहे थे तो दे ट्रैवल्ड टू सारण फ्रॉम बनारस एंड उन्होंने मुझे डीपीआर बना के दे भी दिया। एंड yesterday I went to the Art and Culture Department of Government of Bihar and Principal Secretary sir told me that we have got 100 crores from the Finance Commission and हमारे पास कोई प्लान नहीं था कि कैसे खर्च किया जाए। तो वी आर वेरी हैप्पी दैट यू हैव गॉट अ 2.2 करोड़ रिनोवेशन प्लान। तो 1 महीने में ही फ्रॉम स्टार्ट टू लॉजिकल एंड तक हम लोग चले गए और फिर आज उसका नोटिफिकेशन भी हो रहा है और फिर काम भी शुरू हो जाएगा। तो लोग बोलते हैं कि ये दिखावा करते हैं लोग कि जो रूटीन काम करे उसको क्यों दिखा रहे हैं। बट एक डच सिमेट्री का मैंने एक फोटो डाल दिया और उसके रिलेटेड एक गैजेटियर का पार्ट डाल दिया। तो इट हेल्प मी टू बिल्ड अ नेटवर्क दैट अल्टीमेटली डेवलप्ड अ डीपीआर और फिर वो अभी लॉजिकल एंड में डिपार्टमेंट में उसका काम हो रहा है। दूसरा सारण का जब मैंने हिस्ट्री पढ़ना शुरू किया छपरा का, तो आई गॉट टू नो कि यहाँ से बहुत सारे लोगों का इमिग्रेशन हुआ है और वो अभी जो इंडियन डायस्पोरा है दैट इंडियन डायस्पोरा कंट्रीब्यूट्स टू द मॉरिशस, सूरीनाम, गियाना और जो कैरिबियन आइलैंड्स है उसमें। तो यहाँ से 18th सेंचुरी में बहुत सारे लोग चले गए और तो उन्होंने वो कैरिबियंस में अभी वो दे आर इन अ वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट नंबर्स। तो मैंने उसका एक पढ़ते-पढ़ते वक़्त मैंने कुछ रिलेवेंस पार्ट डाला और फिर मुझे ट्विटर पे ही 2 लोगों ने मैसेज किए। एक एक न्यूयॉर्क बेस्ड प्रोफेसर है। शी इज़ जर्नलिस्ट और वो नाउ शी इज़ टीचिंग इन वेरी रेप्यूटेड यूनिवर्सिटी इन न्यूयॉर्क। हर नेम इज़ गायत्रा बहादुर और उन्होंने कहा कि मैंने इस पे बहुत एक्सटेंसिव रिसर्च किया है, आप मेरा किताब पढ़िए। तो किताब मैंने पढ़ा और किताब में मुझे बहुत सारा नॉलेज हुआ और फेसबुक पे मुझे मॉरिशस के एक मिस्टर जोसेफ से परिचय हुआ, उन्होंने भी बहुत सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स दिए और सब्सिक्वेंटली मैंने फिर और एक ट्वीट किया, तो मुझे रवींद्रनाथ टैगोर इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फिल्म है मॉरिशस में, वहाँ पे एक महाराष्ट्रियन पर्सन है वो फ़िल्म मेकिंग में वहाँ पे प्रोफ़ेसर का काम करते हैं और उन्होंने बोला कि आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट यू हैड ट्वीटेड अबाउट दिस एंड उनका भी 1-2 साल से प्लान था कि मॉरिशस के जो अभी यंगर जनरेशन है नाउ अभी जो 15-20 साल के बच्चे हैं और न्यूली मैरिड है 30 इयर्स तक, उनका अभी इंडिया से बहुत कनेक्शन नहीं बचा है, क्योंकि अभी 4th-5th जनरेशन चल रहा है इमिग्रेशन के बाद। तो उन्होंने बोला कि मैं उनको फिर वापस उनके रूट्स तक लाना चाहता हूँ और उनका एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फ़िल्म बनाना चाहता हूँ ताकि इंडिया और मॉरिशस के फिर से एक रिकनेक्ट हो जाएँ। तो वो फिर आ रहे हैं और उसके बाद हम लोग एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री फ़िल्म बनाएँगे और वो होगा। तो सोशल मीडिया एक पावरफुल वेपन है, जिसके थ्रू हम लोगों से फीडबैक प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, लोगों से कनेक्ट और रिकनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, और फिर जो सृजनशील वर्क है, जिससे सोसाइटी को फायदा होगा, गवर्नमेंट को फायदा होगा, वो हम लोग कर सकते हैं। तो ये तो मैंने केवल 2 उदाहरण बताए। ऐसे कई सारे उदाहरण हैं जो मैं बता सकता हूँ, बट इन द अभी समय की वजह से मैं यहाँ रुकना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि बाकी भी लोग हैं, वो भी यहाँ पे कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे। तो सोशल मीडिया जो लोग बोलते हैं कि ये डबल एज वेपन है, एग्जैक्टली डबल एज वेपन है। यदि आप कोई काम करते हैं तो बहुत अननेसेसरी कमेंट्स भी आते हैं, तो उसको आपको इग्नोर करना पड़ेगा। बहुत सारे लोग नॉलेज की कमी के कारण भी कमेंट करते हैं, उनके साथ आप एंगेज होते गए तो फिर आपका पीस ऑफ माइंड नहीं रह पाएगा और फिर काम नहीं कर पाएंगे। तो वो जो उसके शॉर्टफॉल्स है या नेगेटिविटी है, उसको कैसे हैंडल करना है, ये यदि आप समझ गए तो आप बेहतर काम कर सकते हैं। और लास्टली ये कहूंगा कि सोशल मीडिया ये कोई इंडिविजुअल आईएएस ऑफिसर या आईपीएस ऑफिसर या एनी ऑफिसर उसका प्रचार करने के लिए नहीं है। अल्टीमेटली गवर्नमेंट और गवर्नमेंट के जो फंक्शंस होते हैं उसी का प्रचार होता है उससे, और वही हम लोग पब्लिक फोरम में रखने का काम करते हैं, और उससे मुझे कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कि ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी बेहतर होती है, और पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन भी उससे एंगेज होता है। और पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन जो हमारे गवर्नमेंट के कामों का एक बड़ा फैसेट है, उससे वो भी एक अचीव होता है। तो इसी के साथ मैं यहाँ पे रुकना चाहूंगा, और ओवर टू यू डॉक्टर नवनीत।
Thank you very much. I think that was very, very enlightening. You gave both a perspective about evolution of governance model. पहले डुगडुगी बजा के होता था वही चीज. We are in a way empowered to use it more effectively through using social media platforms. We are glad, Dipanshu sir, you have joined. Welcome to the show, and it is inspired by people like you. Today's webinar is inspired by people like you who have transformed the meaning of social media.
Thank you.
Dipanshuji has been one of the most proactive when it comes to not only bringing some humor and fun into people's life, but also reaching out very, very effectively, as expeditiously as possible when it comes to using social media for social good. And therefore, what prompted me to say that how social media is becoming the new digital change agents. Dipanshuji, one opening remarks from you before we go to your younger colleagues, and also take some questions from the audience.
So you mean to say I've grown old?
Not at all. I mean,
no, but that's true.
I
I'm seeing the junior guys, I'm feeling कि अब मेरा time काफी हो गया है करके. But starting it from that, what am I audible? ठीक है, आवाज वगैरह तो?
जी सर, ठीक है.
That's good.
Yes sir.
See, I was sorry for joining you a bit late. I was traveling, and I didn't want to miss this opportunity of interacting with people and with being my young colleagues, and to tell people how these young officers and few of us are utilizing the social media for governance. So at the end of that, we should start with this, that the premise has to be that we in our heart should have that compassion and that approach of helping others. So where we have reached, this is what I feel, ki all those who are there and who are working, I know that many others are doing it without the social media as well, but this is one way wherein you can reach people, especially in cities and areas where social media is caught up. I know when I started with Twitter, when I was IG Bilaspur around 4 years back, 3-4 years back. So people weren't much on Twitter, and Facebook was a most suited social media platform. And we had our police on social media through Facebook. So, but a few of my friends who were in this digital media, they told me that, sir, why not you use this? And this will be a good success. So basically, we started as a pilot project as IG Bilaspur, and we got a good response. So what we used to do, it is one way of getting a complaint. So in as senior officers, we get complaint through various mediums. Earlier, it was a post. अभी भी हमको चिट्ठी मिलती रहती है ना, they'll write it your name and then they'll say to be opened by this man only. और फिर वो बोलेंगे कि सर you don't show it to your junior people or या आपके field staff, send some special team so that you will catch these people. Or some individual has some ideas, but he never knew how to give those ideas. I think it is with us also. हम जाते हैं कहीं, हमें लगता है यार, how do we tell the person who is responsible for the change or who can receive our ideas? So there was no way of connecting to them. Telephones, I think landline was one which through which we could connect, and mobile phone. And mobile phone mein, it is not that easy to connect with officers and to tell them what is happening. Though people do send us messages on WhatsApp, and we have utilized WhatsApp also. Santosh has joined, and I know how effectively we have been utilizing WhatsApp to get regular complaints and responding to that. So the final premise of all utilization of this mode is that you should have you should inside you need to have that opportunity where you will help people. So even in the normal parlance, people come and people give you complaints, and if you don't have that that ability or that thought process of helping them, this whole social media is also of no use, because at the end of the day, finally it has to go to the cutting edge level where people will see that thing and then they'll respond back. So what we did was, and now also I do the same thing. We at the back end, we have made such systems wherein a complaint which comes through social media or through Twitter or through Facebook, it is dealt by a special section, few people who have empathy, who have that commitment of helping people, and then they will track back those complaints, and then we would forward them on WhatsApp or through our written complaints as well, and then we'll track what all help that has been done, and we would get a feedback as well. And especially during COVID times, it was a real boom for people. I remember we could get in touch with so many people all across the state. There were few of NGOs and good people, good Samaritans, who also got connected for those people who were not on social media. I remember a guy from Noida. There was a lady and a daughter who were laborers working in a construction site which was just besides his house, and all the people left, and these two ladies were there. They didn't know where to go, how to go. The few trains were being run by the Indian Railways, and they didn't know how they would reach. And this man, you won't believe, वो मुझे रोज हर दूसरे तीसरे दिन कोशिश करता कि सर कैसे भी इनको ले जाओ, ये बहुत परेशान है, किसी भी तरह से इनकी मदद करिए. So we were in touch with our labor department, and they were coordinating with the railways to bring these people back, and we were pestering them कि बस जल्दी उनको करो, नहीं तो बहुत परेशान हो जाएंगे. And in between, I think few railways had started a few special trains. So we told him कि boss, you just help them to reach the railway station. We are arranging the tickets. So I arranged the tickets. We sent those tickets on mail to this guy, and he then took them and took them to the railway station. We then told the RPF, and these ladies boarded those train. These people gave them food, and they reached our place. So what I mean to say is that there were many people who were there wanting to help, who were there pestering us, calling us late night, messaging us on Twitter, telling that, sir, please help in some way. And our team would, once they get that message, they would spring up and they would react to those things. And those were very different times. As of now, I feel Santosh is there, Ankita, I'm saying all others also. I told them, especially when we were not on Twitter, especially police in Chhattisgarh, and I saw how Twitter was being used by Delhi police and UP police to respond to people's complaint. And so I requested these people, they were earlier very reluctant to join Twitter as and they thought that in this way many others would also connect to us and they would troll us. So I said, don't worry on that. The most important thing is that you will get one way of response from people. So they got good response. Santosh has been doing excellent in this field of helping people through social media. Otherwise, also maybe the flood situation, COVID situation, and the new officers, especially I'm seeing when I follow them or when I see their tweets, they are one who are educating people. Ankita, I saw her teaching people, even for that matter, other SPs in our state and others. They are the ones people who want to come into police as constables or sub inspectors, or for that matter as DSPs or in UPSC also. We have been trying to help them. Suraj and we, few of others, did webinars on how to help the UPSC aspirants. And that was all because they got us through Twitter. They told us, why don't you all help others who want? And then we did a Facebook live as well, as you are doing Facebook live now. So this is one way. If we were to be doing a Zoom meeting and the digital media was not there, or this connect was not there, we wouldn't have been able to reach many others. So now with Facebook live and a recorded message which you would otherwise then upload on a YouTube, so we are utilizing all these social medias so as to reach a larger audience, get connected with them, get their complaints and respond to those complaints.
Excellent, sir. In fact, if you recall, sir, this webinar itself was an outcome of a conversation with you where you were sharing about very proudly about your young officers, including Santosh ji and Ankita ji. And we have that kind of, having worked in this space now, we realize that there are many more, but there is a limit. Of course, we could do an endless number of series on this topic. But we are so happy at Bureaucrats India. I think, as we say, we celebrate goodness, we celebrate stories of good governance. And now how, as a student of communication myself, as a former journalist myself, I realize and I have seen that transition, when I used to work in the Times of India or the Indian Express, those were different days when reaching out to a bureaucrat would mean a lot of effort. There were good bureaucrats, bad bureaucrats all the time. But as far as reaching out to a bureaucrat, it was very difficult. I will narrate a story. I did a story once in 2005, which went as a flyer in the Times of India, where I said that the then government had issued an order which made women joining call center post 9 p.m. a crime. So they took a leaf out of an act of 1869 saying that women will not be allowed to work in call center post 9 p.m. And I did a story based on my sources, and that order was there with me. By the time the office CM could reach me, it was good 5 days. By the time I could publish another story, I stood by my story, next story I incorporated their version, it was another 7 days. So that it was both ways. Even for bureaucracy or the government agencies, if they had to reach to journalists, it was difficult. If I had done that story in today, I mean, the government agencies or that particular bureaucrat concerned would submit a counter narrative, or his viewpoint almost instantaneously. So that's the kind of beauty that we have begun to see with the advent of the social media. And we are looking largely at the positive side. I have personally been a beneficiary where I wanted to do some help to some people, and I could request some of these, like Dipanshu sir, I told you, when we were working for IPS Association, we, from the inception till about last year, we managed that handle, and that came in very handy. So we would request tag an SP anywhere in the country, and we would request that kindly look into this. And there was this, the process was naturally expedited. Thank you very much, sir. We shall come back to you again. Now I request, so there was slight change, but in the order of speaking, but Santoshji, now that Dipanshu sir has said, I'll request Prem Prakash ji, and then you can come in. Prem Prakash ji, over to you. Share your experience. What do you think? How do you manage? There have been some questions for you already. It will be interesting to hear your perspective on this.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Dipanshu sir, Santosh sir, Nilesh sir, Dr. Navneet, Prateek, Sweta. Well, thanks for letting me have this opportunity to speak my mind on the topic of the day, which is how to effectively utilize social media, particularly when it comes to delivery of public goods and services. I'm going to speak in a mix of both Hindi and English. और जैसा दीपांशु सर ने कहा और नीलेश सर ने कहा कि सोशल मीडिया ब्यूरोक्रेसी के हाथ में अभी एक बहुत ही पावरफुल टूल है, एंड वी एक्सपीरियंस दैट एवरी डे. द रीजन आई से दैट, पहले बहुत सारे ऐसे इश्यूज होते थे जो शायद लोगों के हम तक पहुंचने में बहुत टाइम लग जाता था. एक्सेसिबिलिटी वाज आल्सो एन इशू. काफी इश्यूज हम तक कभी पहुंच नहीं पा रहे थे, और गवर्नमेंट बेसिकली उसमें क्या कर सकती है, वो रिस्पॉन्स टाइम बहुत लंबा होता था. इनफैक्ट उसका कोई फीडबैक, इफेक्टिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म भी नहीं था. I think one thing I'm realizing with utilization of social media, for example, be it Twitter, Insta, or Facebook, is when you get to hear a complaint or an issue from any of the common, I would say, people in your own tehsil or district or in a state, then that basically is put under public scrutiny. So I would basically say it as a creative pressure on the bureaucracy to respond to that issue immediately with urgency. वरना कई बार ऐसा होता था, मतलब this is what I have heard from people, and this is, I would say, human nature, कि issue आया लेकिन public scrutiny में नहीं है, so you don't basically attach that much urgency to it. At the same time, there have been multiple instances wherein single-sided narrative has been played out on various different issues, and the bureaucracy did not basically have an effective way to communicate directly with its citizenry. So I think what we have gotten through social media is कि हम लोगों से फीडबैक ले सकते हैं, अपनी बात उन तक डायरेक्टली पहुंचा सकते हैं, और इसके बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स हैं. अगर हम लास्ट एक साल में ही देखें, बी इट लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, बी इट पैंडेमिक मैनेजमेंट, फॉर एग्जांपल कोविड, बी इट रिलीफ एंड रिहैबिलिटेशन वर्क, be it work related to land revenue, be it any work related to health and education. For example, I'll give you a few small examples which I have experienced in last 1.5 years of my service. My first district I was posted is Basti, Gorakhpur के पास में, a relatively छोटा district है Basti. And जब मैंने वहां पर ज्वाइन किया तो कोरोना जब स्टार्ट हुआ, और बस्ती को पूर्वांचल की दहलीज भी कहा जाता है, बिकॉज पूर्वांचल जो यूपी का है वहीं से शुरू होता है. सो लार्ज नंबर ऑफ इमिग्रेंट पॉपुलेशन वाज बेसिकली बीइंग स्ट्रीमिंग थ्रू द गेट्स ऑफ बस्ती. तो उनका रहने का, खाने का, मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट, बसेस, जो भी पॉपुलेशन गोरखपुर, बस्ती, सिद्धार्थनगर, संत कबीर नगर, इवन बिहार, वेस्ट बंगाल जानी थी, वो उसी रास्ते से जानी थी. And there was so much initial, I still remember the days of initially pandemic में एकदम से लॉकडाउन हो गया, लोगों को पता नहीं कि बाहर जो अटक गए उनको कैसे लाना है, खाना कैसे अरेंज करना है, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज कहाँ पर है, स्क्रीनिंग कैसे करवानी है, गांव जाएंगे तो गांव जाकर बेसिकली उनको कहाँ पे क्वारंटाइन करना है, राशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैसे होना है. And the government machinery was not geared up in the sense it was never designed to cater to such a large population in a single go. For example, जैसे हमारा PDS है, Public Distribution System, so that is designed to cater to a very specific section जो below poverty line है, अंत्योदय कार्ड etc. But सारी population को एक साथ cater करना, पहली बात तो पता कैसे चलेगा कि डिमांड कहाँ पर है. दूसरी बात, अगर डिमांड का आपने पता भी कर लिया तो वहां तक सप्लाई इफेक्टिवली पहुंच पा रही है, नहीं पहुंच पा रही है, कहाँ पे क्वारंटाइन सेंटर्स बनने हैं, किसको आइसोलेट करना है, कैसे ड्यूटीज लगनी है. So there was no real-time mechanism, and there still is no real-time mechanism. But I think that's where instruments like social media came in very handy, जहाँ पर लोगों को through systems, for example, like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, we could communicate कि जो गवर्नमेंट्स के नए जियोज आ रहे हैं, नई पॉलिसीज आ रही हैं, अगर हमारी तरफ से कोई स्कीम आ रही है, फॉर एग्जांपल 1000 रुपए हमको प्रवासी मजदूरों को देना है या उनको हमको राशन किट देना है, उस राशन किट में क्या होगा, कौन उसके पात्र हैं और किस किस गांव में कब रोस्टर लगेगा उसके डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का, अगर किसी के तक वो चीज नहीं पहुंच रही है तो कंट्रोल रूम के हमारे डिटेल्स क्या है, ये सारे वी कुड एक्चुअली वेरी इफेक्टिवली disseminate through use of social media. So people sitting at their homes at their convenience knew कि अगर मेरे पास खाना नहीं पहुंचा तो मुझे ये नंबर डायल करना है, अगर इस नंबर पे मेरी सुनवाई नहीं होती है तो नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ एस्केलेशन ये होगा. So I'm speaking of my own tehsil that basically is the largest tehsil in the whole of country. It has about 10 thanas with a population of about 16 lakh with 7 blocks in it. And I still remember, we had about a population of 2 lakh immigrant migrations during the days of pandemic, and we could very effectively manage both in terms of making arrangements for their stay, their transportation, their food, etc. And that is actually the power of social media. I'll give another constructive utilization of social media. Basti mein when we joined, it was February last year, almost similar times as this year. And we thought कि कुछ district में कुछ creative करवाया जाए. So a lot of people gathered together, and कि Basti Mahotsav it could be the name of a cultural event which could actually make people participate in the cultural events, etc. The next question came is, how do we get funding for it? So government could fund kar sakti hai, but that is extremely limited. So under very strong leadership of district magistrate Mr. Ashutosh Niranjan, 2010 batch IAS, we came up with this idea of crowdfunding. Now Eastern UP, crowdfunding is something which might be very popular or common in bigger cities. But in a district like Basti, which is relatively, I would say, still under its own development, we thought this might not be very successful. But we launched a massive campaign on social media about crowdfunding. And we were very surprised. We were very pleased to get response from people. Dheere dheere karke we collected about 14 lakh rupees through crowdfunding to fund this cultural event of a district like Basti. एंड लोग इतना खुश हुए कि यार बस्ती में कुछ हो रहा है, हमको पता चल रही है वो चीज, वरना तो छोटे छोटे न्यूज़पेपर्स में आता था, वहीं पे कुछ हो जाता था. इवन जो बाहर लोग रहते थे, there were people who were settled in US, there were people who were settled in Australia, there were people who were settled in African countries as well, Nigeria, etc. They also contributed to it in their own capacity. So I found that of immense use. Also, I have seen when it comes to utilization of public media in situations of law and order, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कोई इंफॉर्मेशन पब्लिक डोमेन में जाती है, एंड सोशल मीडिया लाइक माय लर्नेड कोलीग सेड इज अ टू-एज स्वॉर्ड. तो कई बार होता है कि वो जो इंफॉर्मेशन होती है लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, फॉर एग्जांपल कहीं पे कोई लॉ एंड ऑर्डर संबंधित इंसिडेंट हो गया, उसका नरेशन स्टार्ट हो जाता है थ्रू वेरियस प्लेटफॉर्म्स. कई बार मैसेजेस ट्विस्ट किए जाते हैं, कई बार उनको सेंसेशनलाइज किया जाता है, बहुत बार उनको बहुत मसालेदार बनाया जाता है, बिकॉज दैट्स व्हाट सेल्स इन द मार्केट. And I'm sorry to say this, even media houses also do that a lot of time. We have seen that in the Hathras case quite extensively. So this social media is a very strong tool in the hand of the bureaucracy to launch their counter narrative, which should be fact-based, correct, and let people know that the story they might be hearing on, for example, news outlets, or the story they might be seeing on WhatsApp forwards, or the story they might be seeing on biased Facebook pages or Twitter may not be 100% factually correct. And that's where people actually get very pacified कि चलो अगर हमको सही चीज पता लग रही है तो we are not left to live in a blind world wherein we are devoid of information and then we have no choice but to make our minds and our decisions based on the information which is being served to us. So कई बार वो biased उनका जो opinion बन जाता है, you can also balance it. And the last piece I would like to add to it is also when I joined district Hathras, it's been about 4 months since I have taken charge here as joint magistrate or SDM Sadar. And पहले the impression of the bureaucracy was कि पहले आप application लेके आइए, फिर 10-15 दिन बाद उसका कुछ जांच वांच होगी, फिर एक डेस्क से दूसरी डेस्क पर फाइल जाएगी, महीने 2 महीने 3 महीने तक आप बार-बार चक्कर लगाते रहिए और जो कॉमन सिटीजन है परेशान हो जाता था. So now we have created Twitter handles for almost all our departments, be it basic shiksha, be it electricity, be it Nagar Palika, be it Nagar Panchayats, be it education, be it health. And जैसे ही Twitter से हमको कोई complaint मिलती है, we have set up a cell of 3 different people, and their job is to monitor these Twitter handles. The moment we get basically a complaint through them, immediately it gets cascaded to the concerned officers. And they are expected to respond to that issue within a stipulated time. So people are also feeling that the face of the bureaucracy, the nature of the bureaucracy, the response of the bureaucracy is changing from historic times. I should not use this word, but it's very famous कि बाबू उनको क्यों कहा जाता है? क्योंकि फाइलों में घुमाते रहते हैं. Now people are very pleased कि फाइल का कोई चक्कर नहीं. All you have to do is tag the SDM, you have to tag the DM, you have to tag the CMO, you have to tag the basic shiksha adhikari, and within a day or two, a response will come. The response might not be to your favor, but a response will come. And I would say, as long as people get this impression कि कम से कम हमारी सुनवाई हो रही है, 60 to 70% of the people become very satisfied with it. कि कम से कम सुना जा रहा है. जो भी हमको feedback मिले, हो सकता है उनके favor में हो, disfavor में हो, that's a different issue. But at least हमारी सुनवाई हो रही है. And the last piece is I have seen its very effective use in managing day-to-day issues, because what I have also seen, ज़्यादातर जो particularly rural areas के अंदर जो issues होते हैं, law and order के भी आप मान लें, they are related to land revenue issues. किसी ने किसका खेत जोत लिया, किसी ने किसके खेत पे कब्जा कर लिया, कोई उसके खेत में जाने नहीं दे रहा है, और वो issues धीरे-धीरे आपस में conflict में convert होते हैं, and conflicts get converted into bigger law and order situations. So what I have seen कि जब लोगों को पता लगा कि हमको तो कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ट्विटर पे अपना अकाउंट खोलना है और एसडीएम को सिर्फ टैग करना है कि मेरे खेत में ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है या मुझे यहाँ पे अपना जोतने बोने नहीं दे रहे हैं, किसी ने कब्जा कर लिया है, और 2 दिन के बाद अपने आप तहसील की टीम मौके पर पहुंच के उस इश्यू को रिजॉल्व करवा देती है, पुलिस के साथ कोऑर्डिनेट करके इश्यू को रिजॉल्व करवा देती है. So they have basically stopped picking up these conflicts or taking law in their own hands. वो 2 दिन 4 दिन 6 दिन 7 दिन इंतजार करेंगे कि आज नहीं तो कल कोई ना कोई आएगा and somebody will address to these issues. So the law and order situation has improved immensely. So I would say it's a two-edged sword. If you use it effectively, I think it's my experience has been extremely pleasant. At the same time, as Sir said, we also have to be careful कि बहुत सारे काम करेंगे तो एलिगेशंस भी लगते हैं इन द सेंस कि बहुत शो ऑफ हो रहा है, ये तो रूटीन वर्क है, क्यों दिखा रहे हो आप, अगर आपने जाके एक नाली बनवा दी, एक खड़ंजा बनवा दिया तो क्या बड़ा काम कर दिया, ये तो आपका जॉब है ही. मुझे लगता है इसको शो ऑफ की तरह नहीं लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि बहुत सारी बात मतलब माय एक्सपीरियंस हैज बीन कि बहुत लोगों को ये भी नहीं पता होता कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन किस लेवल की एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्या-क्या गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज डिलीवर कर सकती है. For example, when I got into this mode of basically letting people know कि तहसील लेवल पे क्या-क्या काम हो रहा है, तो बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं, बोलते हैं सर हमें तो पता ही नहीं था इससे पहले कि एसडीएम हमारी नाली बनवा सकता है, सफाई करवा सकता है, खड़ंजा लगवा सकता है, पैमाइश करवा सकता है, पुलिस से कोऑर्डिनेशन करवाना हो सकता है, वो करवा सकता है, हमारे सर्टिफिकेट सारे वो बनवा सकता है, नगर पालिका में इशू तो वो करवा सकता है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में इशू तो वो करवा सकता है. हमें तो सर पहले पता ही नहीं था, हम उन डिपार्टमेंट्स के चक्कर काटते थे और डिपार्टमेंट्स हमको किसी ना किसी रीजन से घुमाता रहता था. So now we have come to know the basically the domain of these different offices. So वहां हम एक डिपार्टमेंट में गए, 2-4 दिन हमने चक्कर काटे, काम नहीं हुआ, हम सीधा आपके पास आ जाते हैं और फिर आप उसको करवा देते हो जैसे भी करवाओ. So that is also I would say two-way communication. जब तक हम लोगों को बताएंगे नहीं कि हम क्या-क्या कर सकते हैं, कैसे कर सकते हैं, लोगों को बहुत बार पता भी नहीं होता. So in my view, I think we should use it judiciously. At the same time, we should also be ready for criticism. हो सकता है हर चीज हर किसी को पसंद ना आए, हो सकता है किसी को शो ऑफ लगे, या हो सकता है कि जो ट्विटर पे आपने कमेंट दिया, फीडबैक दिया, नरेशन दिया, एक सेक्शन को अच्छा लगे, दूसरे सेक्शन को शायद इतना अच्छा ना लगे. But that is something where we have to be emotionally intelligent. We should not get hyper excited about comments which are not in our favor or they don't appear to be that favorable. We should basically stay calm, and we should continue to utilize the tools effectively for delivery of the public goods and services. And I think this should how the bureaucracy of 21st century in India should basically transform itself from Babugiri, Filegiri to a more modern, instantaneous, tax-savvy one. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Navneet.
Thank you. That was a brilliant articulation, Prem Prakash ji. You have rightly justified the topic for today's discussion, that how social media is acting as digital change agents. You gave us some fascinating stories and a very good perspective how files, the new tags are the new files, and why it has been, how it has empowered people. So we have heard stories from Basti to Banka and Chhapra to Chhattisgarh. Now we turn to the man who got his vaccine shot today. Dr. Nilesh also got his shot today, vaccine shot today, and also one of the most popular police faces in Chhattisgarh and across the country. Also my junior from JNU. I always take pride of my lineage. And he doesn't forget to bring about innovation in whatever he does. His last tweet is about the vaccine shot, and that is how, and there is a message in that also, that do not go by rumors. And I think every time all of you post anything, there is a very smart messaging that you do, be it Nilesh ji, Prem Prakash ji, Dipanshu sir, and all of you. Over to you, Santosh ji. Happy to hear from you again.
Good afternoon to all. जैसा कि मेरे सभी तीनों स्पीकर्स जो आज के पैनल में थे, उन्होंने कहा कि how social media has been a very powerful and handy tool for good governance, and this digital change is bringing many changes in governance issue. It has given a new lease to service delivery. People are like getting delivery of services very promptly, as Prem was saying. Grievance redressal is happening very fast. Transparency and accountability of civil servants and public officials, it has expedited a lot. Feedback mechanism is another thing that is happening with the social media tools. And most importantly, it is also building image for many institutions, particularly in police. We have been always in bad light despite of all good things you do. So in that way also we are leveraging it as a image building tool. And if you see, I'll go with the examples, how these social media tools, be WhatsApp, be Twitter, be Facebook, Instagram, is helping us to reach out the people. It's like it has become a tool where, police deals with emergency, and where time is key. If we miss the time, the people will curse you, people will not get relief, people will be in trouble. So these tools have importantly have connected and reconnected with people in very instant way. And this has helped really a lot to us in addressing people's issue. I will start with recent examples in COVID. So many things have been told, Nilesh was telling how many services, including many patients, they were getting medicine which was essentially required during complete lockdown period. I have also seen many terminally ill people when there was complete lockdown and they did not have any ways to get their medicines. They contacted us through WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. And since police was on the roads, everything was locked down, police and revenue and our senior colleagues, other officers, government machinery was on the roads. So we were the people who could help them. So we coordinated, many interstate such connections were made, and we help people in getting medicines. We help people in those people who are stranded here and there. I'll say a very emotional, tell you a very emotional story. It was time of a early complete lockdown period. Here in employee, there was a 60 years employee in private sector. He died due to some illness. His wife was alone. She was also, the man was 60 years old, and the lady was also around of the same age. And उनके जो बच्चे थे वो कलकत्ता में, they were trapped, and there was no movement was allowed, and the lady was alone, and you can sense her feelings where nobody was around, and she was not able to get his son near to her, beside her when it was mostly needed, and body was to be carried to Kolkata. There were so many confusions, so many restrictions. So she came to my office and she was weeping, and it was heartbroken. And I told her I'll help her. I talked to my batchmates in Kolkata, and her family members, they were traced, they were contacted, and since there was no transportation allowed, so we helped him to come through malgadis. So when the boy came, he was literally in satters, but he was satisfied that he could do last rites of his father. So that was an emotional story. Many stories came, many things happened during COVID, and so many ways we helped people. Say people were stranded, and donations, that, as Prem was saying, crowdfunding was required. Many times people did not have anything to eat, so police was on given this task. You distribute the foods once it is received. So we appeal to the people through social media, and believe me, people were as if like they were ready. They were waiting for our calls. They came in numbers, and they donated whatever we required, and we facilitated people to get their essentials. Even जब quarantine centers थे, laborers had come from different states. They had difficulty in contacting the officials. So social media, as Dipanshu sir was saying, it immensely played a very important role. In fact, there were many Sonu Sood's civil servants who were actually working. Dipanshu sir was one of them. He is very much revered and remembered for his cause during complete lockdown, how he connected different families of different places. So it be it through social media, there were so many COVID guidelines were coming every other day. Today what will happen, सब्जी मार्केट अभी आज कितनी देर तक खुलेगी, फिर वहां भीड़ होगी तो अब दूसरे दिन खुलेगी, ग्रोसरी की शॉप कैसे खुलेगी, फिर शॉप को भी बंद कर दिया तो अब उनके कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर्स क्या है. All these were shared through social media. People were immediately, when they in real time basis, when they required something, they could get information. It was available with the district administration and police Twitter handle, Facebook pages, and so it was these tools were used for as a restrictive measures as well as facilitator measures. We facilitated people in many ways through these medias only. आपको पता होगा कि रायगढ़ पुलिस में हम लोगों ने उस समय कई सारे ड्राइव भी किए थे. आपको नवनीत जी आपसे बात भी थी. One of our drive was to spread awareness towards mask. So हमने मास्क के बारे में अवेयरनेस किया. Then we decided कि हम लोगों को मास्क डिस्ट्रीब्यूट भी करेंगे. We called for donations from the people. We received more than 14 lakh masks, which were distributed in just one day to people. It all happened. Though its purpose was to spread awareness towards wearing masks, but see how these tools can be used for leveraging people in people's cause. And there were many other things apart from COVID. If we talk how we are using social media, and police its use is really immense in day-to-day affairs. in crimes related things like looking for criminals across the state, across the country. We are getting information through social media. Earlier it used to be कि हम थाने से किसी थाने में जो कोई वांटेड होता था तो उसकी फोटो हम सारे थानों को भेजते थे, फिर उसके बाद वो कई बार जाता था, कई बार नहीं जाता था, दूसरे स्टेट्स में जाता था. अभी on social media platforms it's available on our pages and people look for those people, and many times we get feedback and many times we get people, criminals are caught. Missing children many times, missing children cases हम जब उनकी फोटोज सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म में शेयर करते हैं तो लोगों से रिस्पांस आते हैं. बहुत सारे ऐसे फैमिली को वी कुड रिटर्न देयर चिल्ड्रन. और इसके अलावा आपको मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल आपको बताता हूं कि कैसे सोशल मीडिया हमें डे टू डे पुलिसिंग में इम्पोर्टेंट हो गया है. हमारे यहाँ एक एटीएम में लूट का मर्डर केस हो गया. 2 लोगों को मार के कुछ लुटेरे वहां से कैश लेके भाग गए और इमीडिएट उसके बाद हमने सारी जगह नाका लगाए, चेक पोस्ट लगाए और सोशल मीडिया में तुरंत हमारे जो पुलिस के ग्रुप्स थे, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप थे, फेसबुक थे, ट्विटर थे, उस पे एक सीसीटीवी फुटेज जो उन व्यक्तियों का स्केची टाइप का था, लॉकडाउन टाइप का था तो इसलिए फेस कवर थे और सब कुछ स्केची था. लेकिन उसको जब हमने सर्कुलेट किया विद इन आवर्स, 3-4 घंटे के दौरान somebody in very remote place, some lady saw it on some social media platform. Then she contacted with our one of the Havaldar and he told us कि ये सर जैसा आपने हुलिया बताया था. In fact, we were flooded with many such information, but it was zeroed down कि those are the men. So हम 6 घंटे के अंदर we could we were at their doors and we could catch those criminals. So this always people are giving us feedback. जो पहले या informations हमें मिलती रहती है, जैसे पुलिस में इंफॉर्मेशन भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहती है हम लोग को, जिसको बोलते हैं मुखबिर. पहले मुखबिर जैसा सर ने, दीपांशु सर ने बताया कि हमें एनोनिमस लेटर्स आते थे कि इस व्यक्ति के खिलाफ आप कार्रवाई करिए और इस टीम से करवाइए. अब हमें sir, this is happening there and this criminal activity is going on, this must be checked. उसकी वीडियोस भी आ जाती है, उसकी फोटोज भी आ जाती है और उससे we are able to check those crimes. इसके अलावा हमारे जितने कम्युनिटी पुलिसिंग प्रोग्राम है, लोगों से कनेक्ट होने के लिए ये डिजिटल जो मीडिया है इसका हम बहुत इफेक्टिवली यूज कर रहे हैं. मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली हम लोग जो सोशल मीडिया का यूज लोगों को अवेयर करने में कर रहे हैं, particularly the cyber fraud, cyber related crimes. Many times we are not able to do many things where prevention is more important, awareness is more important. We are making people aware about the cyber frauds, what to do, what not to do. We are making aware our children about the sexual offenses, good touch, bad touch. We are making aware people about the traffic related issues, what to do, what not to do, why it's so important to follow the traffic rules. So these all things are actually connecting us to people and we are getting help from the people. It's actually this social media has revolutionized our policing system, and there are many nuisances also happening. Like we are getting so many false complaints, we are getting misinformations, but still I guess this is a transition time. We have to leverage it very positively, and as time comes, certainly we'll be using it more and we'll be doing more people centric things. Thank you.
बहुत धन्यवाद संतोष जी. बहुत सारी आपने अच्छा एक थ्योरेटिकल पर्सपेक्टिव दिया, एक जीवंत उदाहरण दिए कि कैसे आप लोगों ने वो एटीएम लूट के केस में, ये बाहर में होता था पहले, और मुझे इतनी खुशी है देखकर ये कि अब हमारे यहाँ भी इस तरह से हो जा रहा है. माय editor, Mr. Rajiv Roy, who is joining us remotely, has got some very good stories. Rajiv ji, if you are listening to me, of course, that Basti Mahotsav, Prem Prakashji's story, that Symmetry story, and Santoshji's story. I think we have got many good stories for our platform, bureaucratsindia.in, which is a platform created to celebrate positivity and the great work being done by Bureaucrats India. Our other handles are DCs of India on Twitter, on Facebook. Also, we are present on Twitter at Bureaucrats IND. Thank you. Now we go to our another expert, Pratik Dattani, who works very closely on multiple issues, including on what he calls misinformation, disinformation, and how that can be looked at. Like Dr. Nilesh Devre and others were saying, that this is a double-edged sword, Prem Prakashji and Santoshji and Dipanshu sir also. What is your view, Pratik, as somebody from outside the bureaucracy, but as an expert, when you look at these things, how things are, we are in that phase when we are dramatically changing, from be it bureaucracy, politics, there is a new dimension to public discourse that social media have added. So what is your take, Pratik, if you can help us gain insight into your perspectives, especially
Sure.
with respect to misinformation, disinformation, it will be great.
Sure. Thank you so much, Navneet, and thank you so much for all the other speakers for giving some wonderful case studies about the power of social media for good. As we've heard already, social media can make citizens' feedback more effective. It can make it far more citizen-centric and wider ranging in terms of the engagement that bureaucrats can have. It's also true for the 30 million Indians that are outside India, for example, who in the last year may not have been able to travel to India, getting to know what's happening on the ground directly from the people with the correct knowledge and with the facts. It's highly effective to get to know that information through WhatsApp groups, through Facebook, through Twitter, etc. So that engagement with government and that engagement with the people who are giving the right kind of information significantly goes up if bureaucracy is using social media. Prem sir talked about situations of public unrest and law and order where this is really useful, where there may have been misinformation from media organizations themselves who don't have the full information. It's very effective in being able to reach people directly. And this, as Navneet said, is what I want to focus on. My background has been in public policy and government affairs outside India. I live in London, so I'm not an IAS officer or an IPS officer, but recently have been doing a lot of work around misinformation and disinformation. So the difference between the two broadly is misinformation is where you might be sharing something where you're not sure it's true or not, but you just forward it on WhatsApp. And you might accidentally be sharing the wrong kind of information. Disinformation, with a D, is when you are deliberately sharing wrong information. That might be for your own gain, that might be because you're promoting a business, that might be because you're promoting a product. There could be any reason. And disinformation in particular has negative consequences for both government, as well as law enforcement, and as well as the public, of course. Because on the one hand, if you have, from a government perspective, you could say our citizens and strategic interests are under attack by propaganda and disinformation. From a platform's perspective, so from Twitter's perspective, they would say, we don't want to decide who is telling the truth or not. We are just giving a platform to everybody. An advertiser might say, we don't want our brands to be associated with fake news and hate. And then as a normal citizen, as a normal member of the public, you could say, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know who to believe anymore. And whether I believe them in one instance and not another, or whether I just don't believe them full stop. So a lot of the work that I've been involved in tackling misinformation has been with governments and law enforcement around the world. And there are usually some very similar trends that happen. So this has been with experience in content moderation for Facebook, and with TikTok through an organization called Logically, which is set up by an Indian entrepreneur from Mumbai who now lives in the UK and has during COVID times hired quite significantly in India and created job opportunities. It's been with US government, UK government as well as law enforcement around the world. And there are some similar things that always come up. And that's why I'm really glad we've heard good news stories from our panelists so far. For example, there will be bad actors who are constantly sharing problematic articles. There are people who are not verifying the data that they receive before sharing it with others. There could be others that are issuing threats or trolling individual people. While it's significantly easier for our other colleagues and panelists to tackle that today because of the prevalence of social media, one of the things that my colleagues and I have been involved in is using artificial intelligence much more to tackle this. So you can maybe identify 1 million instances of misinformation within minutes rather than doing it on a case-by-case basis. So let's say, for example, somebody has issued a threat to a particular person, which has affected that person's mental health. It's affected their family. It's affected their normal life because they feel that they can't go to school or they can't go to work because they're scared. Identifying who that person is, where they come from, who their other connections are, and on other platforms, which other kind of posts they've put threatening other people. That can be done almost on a real-time basis. And something like this, I think, is mitigating the bad side of social media. The good side, we all should keep on using for sure. But inevitably, there will be 0.1% or 0.01% of the users on social media that use it for not so good things. Another example we've seen in many countries around the world, including the US as well, is misinformation around COVID. So for example, talking about vaccines actually not being useful, vaccines being a plot by other states and by other bad actors, as we say. And this all, the first time you see something like this, you may know that it's fake. But if you see it 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, it's human, it's natural for a human to say, well, I don't believe this, but 20 people are saying it. So maybe there's something true there. And it's really important, particularly with something as negative for society as COVID, where people are dying across the world, to be able to identify that misinformation and disinformation and just get rid of it. That will directly help save lives. That will directly help people get vaccinations quicker. And that will also, from a national pride perspective, if there is misinformation being spread about, let's say, a particular type of vaccine or a particular company from India, then we can tackle that not 1 week later after somebody has tweeted about it in another country, but we can tackle it in real time. So I think some of these things, this is very new as an industry itself. It's maybe only 2 or 3 or 4 years old globally. And companies like Facebook, where they use content moderation, they only use organizations that have been accredited by the International Fact Checker Network, which is based in the US. And these accredited organizations, there's only about 10 or 11 in India. So it's a very new industry. But in the next 2 or 3 years, whether it's in India, whether it's where I am in the UK, whether it's in Nigeria or elsewhere, this deployment of AI using holding hands with law enforcement, with government, and with public health officials, this will become bigger and bigger. So I'll just stop there because I'm really keen to hear some of the comments from other panelists as well on this.
Great, thank you, Prateek. I think many of us who use social media without thinking about the many challenges that it may have, hidden at times, apparent many a time. I think we are happy to note that there are already friends, scientists, technologists, technocrats working on how to mitigate and how to tackle some of these challenges, especially misinformation, disinformation. We have seen what did happen during the recent ongoing farmers' protests, etc. Now, I have a question from a friend for Dipanshu sir. Having been one of the most prolific users from the bureaucracy of social media, how do you ensure that you are constantly addressing this challenge of misinformation? What is your way? Number one. And number two, this friend is asking as to what is your inspiration? It takes quite some effort because you are in a very, very important position wherever you have been, from IG Bilaspur to your new assignment and prior to that. So what is it that inspires you to keep looking at the social media in order to help people ensure that help is reaching out on a seamless basis?
So we have to understand it in this context. That is what I was telling you. All the officers who have joined today on this and many others who are helping others from through social media would always have a positive bent towards helping others. So as you said, there are all kinds of officers in the spectrum. I don't want to say that those who are not using social media are not with that bent to help others. But most of us who are on social media, we know that if we are coming up here and if we are asking people to get connected to us, looking into the population and the kind of problems that normal people have, we are flooded with these kinds of complaints. So whosoever is doing it has that kind of bent, that kind of empathy to reach to these people and to see that the final outcome of the complaints that they have given, it reaches to the final thing. So it means it may be there that we get at times a false complaint, so we'll go get down and our team will say ki, no sir, this is a false complaint and we will close it here. At times he would get ki, no, this is a right complaint that he has done against the particular SHO or a particular police officer, and we need to react to this complaint. So we first of all we need to have that. Second, you will find that uh, in the coming days, as this social media, the importance that it is gaining, the traction that it is gaining, this is the need of the hour. So you would see how organizations are responding, be it private companies, be it in the Indian Railways, be it other institutions. So all are basically utilizing this social media platform to respond to people's complaint on a real-time basis as well. So what Santosh said, when we were using it during the COVID times, we could on a daily basis tell people this is this problem, this is the solution to this. So no other media would have helped us. Third is that whatever good things that we are doing now, especially for police, uh, the normal media wouldn't have been highlighting these kinds of things, and it is not in their ambit as well to give a positive uh, flavor to the news. And mostly whatever I would see, I have very good friends in media, and they would always see that people don't want to hear very positive stories about police because of the negative image that it has. So this is one place where I used to tell my juniors that whatever you do, it gets highlighted. Whatever our men are doing, it is one way of projecting them. My constables, my head constables, my ASIs, my sub inspectors, my inspectors, who are really doing good job. And this is where we would project them that this is a cop of the month, or this man or this team has done wonders, and this has been given this thing by a letter of appreciation by the IG. So this is how we have been. That is why we have been doing it. As far as stop your mind being distracted from the negative messaging or the trolling, I really don't bother. So first of all, you have basically this is what I used to tell my juniors as well. The main thing is that we would through this we would be reaching to a lot of people. Whatever other guys are telling about this, don't worry on that. And this thing I've got through my seniors as well. Slowly our senior officers have also joined social media. They are also utilizing in the best of the ways. Our politicians are utilizing it. Our honorable CM, he is very positive on that. He would say that if in any way we are able to reach to people through this social media thing, and we are able to solve their problems, we should keep on doing this. So I feel that we should not be bothered about it. Whatever people see, the Twitter or for matter Facebook, or it is one way. It has given voice to the people who would never speak. So whatever in the mind, they would speak for that. So how can I go and stop all people from speaking their mind? Let them do. That is the best part of these kinds of platforms, that they are. No doubt at times we find on few of them that they would react badly to it. I remember Santosh being getting irritated from one of a person on Twitter, which he would always give wrong complaints about the traffic guys. So I said, you don't worry, you reply him that way, and I think he has learned that thing as well. So this is for other people as well. I would always say ki don't worry, do your own job on this and let people respond. Most of us who have seen our work, जिन्होंने हमारा काम देखा है, जो हमको देखते हैं कि हम किस तरह से कितनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं, फाइनली एट द एंड अगर आप देखें तो इस पे काम करना आपको बहुत एफर्ट लगता है। इनिशियली आपकी टीम ऐसी नहीं होती है जिसको कुछ समझ में आता हो, उसको समझाना, सिस्टम सेटअप करना, फिर उसके बाद कई बार कई सारी चीज होती है जिसको आपको पर्सनली मॉनिटर करना पड़ता है। ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आपकी टीम करे। जैसे मेरा ट्विटर हैंडल है, मैं खुद देखता हूँ, कई बार चीजें मिस हो जाती है तो फिर मेरी टीम कई बार मुझे बोलती, सर वो आपने एक मेरे ऑफिस में, मतलब आप इमेजिन नहीं करेंगे, उनको ट्विटर कभी पता ही नहीं था। तो मेरी जो डीएसपी थी, मेरे जो सिपाही हवलदार थे, जो दिन रात कोविड के समय काम किए, they would then come back to me and say कि sir, this tweet we have missed, otherwise I would forward them कि what need to be done on that. So this is where we have to do regardless of what others are saying. So once you keep on doing it over a period of time, you can tend to understand कि ये negative क्यों कर रहे हैं, इनका क्या reaction, क्यों ये कर रहे हैं। और ऐसी चीजें आपको हम मीडिया में भी देखते थे, कई बार हमारे खिलाफ छपता रहता है, तो आपको समझ में आता है कुछ चीजें तो जेन्युइन है, कुछ किसी का इंटरेस्टेड पार्टी है, वो छपवा रहे हैं, चाह रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए हम चिंता नहीं करते। और लोगों को भी ये पता है कि हमारे इंटेंशंस, हमारे मोटिव्स क्या हैं।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच। प्रेम प्रकाश जी के लिए एक मैसेज अभी आया गौरव कुमार का। सर, श्री प्रेम प्रकाश मीना जी ज्वाइंट मजिस्ट्रेट हाथरस की जनता के लिए भगवान हैं, उनके द्वारा एक अभियान चलाया जा रहा है, न्याय आपके द्वार, जो बहुत ही अच्छा अभियान है गरीबों के लिए। Now this is from there is a question that I'll come to this thing, but एक ये भी है कि थोड़ा हिंदी में अगर हम बोलें, एक नलिन स्वामी जी का प्रश्न है प्रेम जी के लिए कि हाथरस के समय आपको बहुत ट्रोलिंग, हेट्रेड और पर्सनल कमेंट्स आए थे, आपने उसको कैसे हैंडल किया? और क्योंकि एक अच्छा उदाहरण होगा, जैसे सर दीपांशु सर बता रहे थे कि I think best way is to ignore unless it gets to a point where it becomes start getting onto your nerves or impacts us in any way. We have the very young Ankita Sharma, batchmate of Prem Prakash ji, also join us. She was busy in a law and order situation because of the Chakka Jam. Thank you so much, Ankita ji, for joining. So प्रेम जी, आप ये प्रश्न का लेना चाहेंगे, उसके बाद फिर मैं अंकिता जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा बहुत सारे दर्शक आपके लिए प्रश्न पहले से आ चुके हैं अंकिता जी। थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग।
वेल, गौरव जी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। और न्याय आपके द्वारा एक छोटी सी हम लोगों ने मुहिम चलाई है जिसमें लोगों के जो इश्यूज हैं उनको प्रशासन के पास बुलाने के बजाय प्रशासन उनके खुद के दरवाजे पर पहुंच के उनके जो इश्यूज होते हैं उनको रिजॉल्व करवाते हैं। और इसकी वजह से काफी पॉजिटिव हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे माहौल देखा है कि लोगों में ट्रस्ट बढ़ता है ब्यूरोक्रेसी के प्रति, साथ ही साथ शासन प्रशासन के प्रति, और लोगों में भी एक उम्मीद होती है कि जो निष्पक्ष है, सही है, वो होगा, डिलीवर होगा, और लोगों की जो भी यथासंभव सहायता प्रशासन द्वारा की जा सकती है की जाएगी। और जो सेकंड क्वेश्चन है कि हाथरस प्रकरण के दौरान काफी ट्रोल भी किया गया, मीडिया में भी काफी अलग तरीके से चीजों को पोर्ट्रे किया गया शायद, और ऐसी सिचुएशंस को कैसे इफेक्टिवली हैंडल किया जा सकता है। तो जो मेरा लिमिटेड पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस रहा है, मुझे लगता है कि ये ऐसे मौके होते हैं जहां पे इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस बहुत ही हैंडी आता है। ऐसी सिचुएशंस में आपको सिर्फ अपने काम पे फोकस रखना चाहिए, और क्योंकि सिचुएशंस ऐसी होती हैं जिसमें बहुत सारी चीजें लोगों को या तो पता नहीं होती हैं, या आप स्वयं उन फैक्ट्स को जानते हुए भी, बिकॉज यू आर ए गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट, यू आर नॉट इन ए पोजीशन टू डिसेमिनेट ऑल ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन यू नो, शायद वो सारी चीजें आप लोगों को ना बता पाए जो आपको पता, लेकिन आपको शायद अपने मन में ये दृढ़ विश्वास हो कि जो मैं कर रहा हूं वो सही है। आप उस चीज को हो सकता है इफेक्टिवली कम्युनिकेट ना कर पाने की पोजीशन में हो बिकॉज ऑफ वेरियस डिफरेंट रीजंस। तो मुझे लगता है कि एज लॉन्ग एज यू हैव दैट कन्विक्शन कि मैं जो कर रहा हूं वो ठीक है, सिचुएशन को संभालने के लिए जरूरी है, तो लोग आपको ट्रोल करें, मीडिया आपको नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव जिस भी फ्रेम में वो दिखाना चाहे, आपको बिल्कुल थिक स्किन डेवलप करके, जिसे कहते हैं मोटी चमड़ी, आपको डेवलप करके एक कान से सुन के दूसरे कान से निकाल देना चाहिए। आपको इससे बिल्कुल फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए कि लोग आपके बारे में क्या बोल रहे हैं। हाथरस प्रकरण के दौरान काफी क्लोजली चीज देखने को मिली, और काफी बड़े बड़े मीडिया हाउसेस ने भी बहुत चीजों को ट्विस्ट किया, जो भी रीजन रहा हो, और काफी पर्सनली भी पर्सनल लेवल पे भी चीजें चली गई। और एक बड़ा इंटरव्यू बड़ा फेमस हो गया जो एक बड़े मीडिया हाउस ने किया, जिसमें बार बार क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं और मैं वहां पे चुपचाप खड़ा हूं। तो मुझे लगता है कि ऐसी सिचुएशंस में नो रिस्पॉन्स इज योर बेस्ट रिस्पॉन्स। अगर आपको कोई ट्रोल कर रहा है, कोई पर्सनल हो रहा है, वी शुड नॉट लूज आवर काम, एंड वी शुड जस्ट स्टे ऑन कोर्स, बिकॉज इन सच सिचुएशंस लोग चाहते हैं आप इंस्टिगेट हो, आप भड़कें, आप अपना टेम्पर लूज करें, आप ऐसी कोई बात कह दें, आप ऐसा कोई रिएक्शन दे दें जिससे पहले से फ्लेयर्ड अप सिचुएशन और ज्यादा फ्लेयर अप हो जाए। और एज ए ब्यूरोक्रेट, एज ए गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट, एज ए रिस्पॉन्सिबल ऑफिसर, इट इज योर जॉब कि आग में घी डालने जैसी कोई भी कार्यवाही आपकी तरफ से, ना ही ऐसे कोई शब्द बोले जाएं, ना ही ऐसा कोई रिएक्शन दिया जाए, ना ही ऐसा कोई एक्शन हो जिसकी वजह से किसी को कोई दिक्कत हो, या जो सिचुएशन पहले से वोलेटाइल है वो सिचुएशन और ज्यादा बिगड़े। तो अगर आपको ट्विटर पे कोई ट्रोल कर रहा है क्योंकि उनको आपकी कोई चीज पसंद नहीं आई, कोई एक्शन पसंद नहीं आया, कोई स्टेटमेंट पसंद नहीं आया, आप उसको कंप्लीटली इग्नोर करें। मैं तो कहता हूं अगर लोग पर्सनल भी हो जाए तब भी आप इग्नोर करिए, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, वो 2-3 कमेंट करके अपने आप बंद हो जाएगा। आपने उसके एक कमेंट का जवाब देना शुरू किया, फिर एक के ऊपर 4 आएंगे, फिर आप एंजाइटी डेवलप कर लेंगे, फिर आप सोचेंगे मैंने इसका जवाब क्यों नहीं दिया, एंड दैट बिकम्स एन एंडलेस साइकिल। Why to basically engage in that kind of vicious cycle? Just stay out of it. बाहर रहो। आपको लगता है this engagement or this conversation will be of some use to common people, उस engagement में आप participate करिए, बाकी को आप totally ignore कर दीजिए। मुझे लगता है यही बेस्ट स्ट्रैटेजी है। जितना ज्यादा आप इन चीजों में engage होंगे, लोग उतना पर्सनल होंगे, उतना ज्यादा ट्रोल करेंगे। और ट्रोलिंग एंड प्रेज दो ऐसी चीजें हैं, they are two sides of the same coin। तो हो सकता है कि बहुत सारी चीजों के लिए लोग आपको प्रेज करें, लेकिन ये बिल्कुल एक्सपेक्ट मत करिए कि हर चीज के लिए आपको हमेशा प्रेज ही मिलेगा। ऐसी बहुत सी सिचुएशंस होंगी जिसमें विलिंगली, अनविलिंगली, डायरेक्टली, इनडायरेक्टली, इन योर कंट्रोल और आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल, बहुत सारी सिचुएशन हो सकता है कि आपको प्रेज ना मिले, आपको क्रिटिसिज्म मिले। तो मुझे लगता है उस क्रिटिसिज्म को भी उसी सहज भाव से स्वीकार कर लेना चाहिए जिस खुशी के साथ आप उस प्रेज को स्वीकार करते थे, और आगे बढ़ते रहिए। स्टे ऑन कोर्स, डू योर जॉब, एंड दैट्स प्रीटी मच अबाउट इट। घर आके भूल जाइए कि आज मुझे किसने अच्छा कहा, किसने बुरा कहा। मुझे जो सही लगा मैंने किया, उसके बाद जिसको पसंद आए बहुत अच्छा, जिसको नहीं पसंद आए और भी अच्छा। कल सुबह फिर उठूंगा, फिर मैं अपना काम करूंगा, एंड जस्ट कैरी ऑन दैट।
Very fine message there. Stay on course, do your job, do not think too much about what others are saying. Thank you so much. I think that was very nice. एक पुनीता वोहरा जी हैं बोल रही हैं. Nice to hear from Dipanshu Kabra sir, Santosh sir. Salute to all police officers and IAS officers. And now we have one question from Sri Rishabh Sharma. My question is for Santosh sir. As we know, school dropouts run India's cyber fraud hub in Jharkhand's Jamtara. How do you discourage the youth when they manage to earn money like this?
जामतारा अगर किसी को देखना समझना हो तो उसके लिए एक बहुत ही अच्छा वेब सीरीज आया था. जामतारा OTT पे प्लेटफॉर्म पे है कि हाउ the people, the youth in just excitements, out of excitements and having some knowledge, little knowledge about cyber things, and they are fooling people around, earning money and enjoying the life. So this is all the excitement. I think the positive energy of those people. I sometimes think कि अगर इन लोगों की एनर्जी, उसी एनर्जी को हम लोग पॉजिटिव साइड में शायद कन्वर्ट कर पाते तो हमारे बहुत बड़े बड़े क्रिमिनल्स शायद हम पकड़ लेते. और इन्हीं के जो चीजें जो रहता है कि नॉलेज को अगर हम लेवरेज कर पाते तो बहुत कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क्स में इनका यूज कर पाते. तो जरूरत ये है कि ऐसे सारे यूथ जो आउट ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट्स कुछ बुरी चीजों में फंस जाते हैं, उनको हम एक सही दिशा दे जब भी हमें मौका मिले. और हम लोग भी करते रहते हैं. हमारे पास भी बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग आते हैं जो डिस्ट्रक्टिव काम्स में जिनको मजा आता है, उन लोगों को हम लोग बताते हैं कि ये आप कुछ समय के लिए तो कर पाओगे, इसमें आपको फन भी होगा, लेकिन लॉन्ग टर्म में यू हैव टू मेक योर लाइफ, यू हैव टू बी पॉजिटिव. और आपको आगे अगर बढ़ना है तो आप पॉजिटिव चीजों में एंगेज रहो. तो इन यूथ को एक ही चीज बस कह सकते हैं कि इनको डायरेक्शन देने की जरूरत है. और रही बात कंट्रोल करने की, पुलिस के हाथ में बहुत बार हम लोग तो देखते हैं कि इनको कंट्रोल करना बहुत ही मुश्किल है. एक बार हम जामताड़ा को कंट्रोल कर ले तो अभी नए हब्स बनते जा रहे हैं. राजस्थान में, मेरठ में, आगरा में कई सारे हमारे साइबर फ्रॉड्स जो होते रहते हैं. और सारे मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर जस्ट इन एज ग्रुप ऑफ 15 to 35. और मजेदार बात यह है कि उसके बाद अचानक दे जस्ट वैनिश इन देयर लाइव्स. वो कुछ और करने में लग जाते हैं. और या तो बहुत सारे लोग जेल में भी बंद हुए हैं. जैसे माइनर्स को तो पकड़ना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, लेकिन हम लोग जो एडल्ट्स होते हैं जिनको वी हैव कॉट अप इन द केसेस, वी हैव बुक्ड देम. लोगों को इनकरेज करना, मोटिवेट करना, हमें लगता है यही एक चीज हो सकता है जिसको हम लोग उनकी जो नेगेटिव एनर्जी उसको पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन में मोड़ पाए. तो इस तरह के साइबर फ्रॉड से, पर्टिकुलरली माइनर्स वाले, माइनर्स जिसको कमिट करते हैं, उसको हम रोक पाएंगे.
Thank you. Now, next question is for Ankita ji, Ankita Sharma from Anshuman Singh. Today, cyberspace has also become a new area of crimes, and being a young officer of this generation, how far do you think the police needs to change to nab the culprits? Will it be necessary to, I'm re-paraphrasing myself, to perhaps go beyond the traditional mode of policing in order to contain this trend? Ankita ji. You're on mute, please.
Yes, I only wanted to apologize first for being late to the session. And secondly, जो question उन्होंने पूछा है, तो अभी जैसे संतोष सर ने भी उसका जवाब दिया कि first thing that he said कि अगर youth को उस तरफ हम उनका brain drain करे होते तो भी things would have been much more positive. But now I'll come back to the question कि उन्होंने पूछा कि I think there are two parts to the question. First is that what we can do, and the second part is are we supposed to go beyond the lines of the traditional methods of
policing? Yes.
So as he asked that traditional methods of policing are very important for certain aspects of policing, because these are the fundamentals of policing जिसकी वजह से अभी तक हम sustain कर पा रहे हैं. और अभी तक police as an institution, although many other institutions have wound up, but this institution is still there. So I think traditional methods are very much necessary. But then with respect to the changing modes of crime, जैसे crime का pattern change हो रहा है, वैसे policing का pattern साथ साथ बदलता जाएगा, और that is how it should be. I think जो cyber crime और cyber crime की space है, उसमें हमें सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ी ज़रूरत awareness की है. हमें ये भी थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा कि इतने दिन हो गए साइबर क्राइम के बारे में हर कोई सवाल पूछ रहा है और हर कोई इसके बारे में जानता है, फिर भी हर कोई फंसता क्यों है? आई थिंक दैट इज द बिगेस्ट क्वेश्चन, कि हर किसी को समझ आ रहा है कि मेरे साथ फ्रॉड हो रहा है, लेकिन फिर भी वो अपना ओटीपी शेयर कर रहा है, फिर भी देयर आर सो मेनी मोड्स. एंड सेकेंडली पुलिस को आई थिंक वी शुड हमें थोड़ा री इंजीनियरिंग टाइप करना होगा. हमें वी हैव टू स्टार्ट थिंकिंग फ्रॉम द माइंड ऑफ क्रिमिनल्स कि किन किन एरियाज में क्राइम हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि ऑल्दो दिस इज अ वेरी वाइडर एस्पेक्ट, किसी क्राइम को डील करने का बहुत वाइड एस्पेक्ट है ये, लेकिन फिर भी हमें पहले परसीव करना पड़ेगा कि ये ऐसा है और इसमें क्राइम हो सकता है. बट देन द पॉइंट इज कि उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी क्राइम होने की कुड बी लेजर, और इस वजह से द पुलिसमैन दे माइट गेट डिसइंटरेस्टेड, बट देन दैट इज ऑल्सो वन वे ऑफ डूइंग इट. एंड सेकेंड थिंग विच आई फील इज द अवेयरनेस थिंग विद रिगार्ड टू द साइबर पुलिसिंग. और जैसे हमने अभी रायपुर में स्टार्ट किया है तो अवेयरनेस कैंपेन, उसके अलावा हमें बैंक्स को इसमें पुलिस के साथ जोड़ना चाहिए. जैसे बैंक्स में काफी सारी स्लिप होती हैं या एटीएम्स में होती है, जनरली पीपल हैव अ लुक एट दोज थिंग्स, और वहां पे उनका माइंड सबसे कॉन्शियस स्टेज में होता है जब वो बैंक में अपने पैसों को डील करने जा रहे होते हैं. तो वो भी एक काफी अच्छा मीडियम अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने का. अभी रायपुर पुलिस इज स्टार्टिंग अ मुहिम इसमें, so I think that can be done. And with regard to the traditional policing, I think totally we cannot change the traditional aspect of policing. It is just that we need to upgrade and start perceiving crimes from their point of view.
Okay, I think very well said. There is a need to start thinking from the criminal's perspective. Then you can get into their minds better and customize your policing or solution or response better. There is this very innocent question, and unka may not be very relevant for this kind of occasion, but चूंकि वो सबसे पहला प्रश्न था, और ब्यूरोक्रेट्स इंडिया का एक जो ऑडियंस सेगमेंट है वो एस्पिरेशनल यूथ हु वांट टू बिकम लाइक वन ऑफ यू, तो वो अभिषेक सिंह जी हैं. अभिषेक सिंह जी का था प्रश्न कि माय नेम इज अभिषेक सिंह, माय क्वेश्चन इज हाउ कैन आई बी डेवलप माय थिंकिंग लाइक एन आईएएस और आईपीएस. मेरा लगता है मुझे जो वो पूछना चाह रहे हैं कि मैं आईएएस या आईपीएस बनना चाहूं तो कैसे बन सकता हूं. तो कुछ आप लोग उनको अगर प्रोत्साहन के शब्द बोलेंगे तो मुझे लगता है अच्छा रहेगा. वेरी ऑनेस्ट एंड इनोसेंट क्वेश्चन अभिषेक जी द्वारा. अंकिता आप बोलिए पहले.
मुझे ऐसा लगता
आप
है
अपनी
कि
कहानी बताइए तो लोग और बहुत सारे इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगा लोगों को.
वैसे तो सभी मेरे सीनियर्स मौजूद हैं तो ऐसे बोलने में मुझे शर्म आ रही है, बट इवन देन किसी आईएएस या आईपीएस के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोचना, मुझे ऐसा लगता है वो उस चेयर में बैठने के बाद ही हो पाता है. उसके पहले हम में से शायद कोई भी वैसे सोच नहीं पाता कि कोई एक आईएएस या आईपीएस अधिकारी कैसे सोचता है. पर मैं उनसे इतना कहना चाहूंगी कि आप जो भी काम कर रहे हो उसे लगन से करो और आत्मविश्वास के साथ कीजिए कि आप ये तो मतलब आई ट्राई टू ट्रेन यूथ फॉर यूपीएससी, तो मैं उनसे एक बात हमेशा कहती हूँ कि अगर आपको कोई काम करना है, सपोज आपको बिल्डिंग से चढ़ के कूदना है, बंजिंग जंपिंग करनी है, तो आप ऊपर चढ़ने के बाद मत सोचिए कि मुझे कूदना है या नहीं, या फिर चढ़ने से पहले सोचिए कि कूदूंगा या नहीं कूदूंगा, और अगर चढ़ ही गए तो फिर कूद जाइए. सो इट इज सेम फॉर यूपीएससी. once you have started the process of UPSC, don't think whether I'll be able to clear it or not. Better take 2 महीना 3 महीना एक्स्ट्रा ले लीजिए और पूरा सोच लीजिए कि आप क्लियर कर पाएंगे या नहीं कर पाएंगे, उसके बाद जाइए उसमें. सो इफ आई वुड लाइक टू टेल हिम कि अगर आपने स्टार्ट कर दिया है प्रोसेस तो फिर हम सभी को लगता है कि आप क्लियर कर लेंगे, इसलिए अपने ऊपर भरोसा रखिए और जो भी आप कर रहे हो उस पर मेहनत रखिए. स्ट्रेटजी शुड बी स्मार्ट. आप पेपर्स को इवेल्युएट करके कर सकते हैं. यू शुड हैव ऑलवेज हैव अ स्मार्ट स्ट्रेटजी अलोंग विद सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस एंड बिलीफ. आई थिंक दैट इज द बिगेस्ट थिंग वन कैन हैव.
संतोष जी कुछ ऐड करना चाहेंगे?
मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा अपने इस इनोसेंट दोस्त को कि अगर आपने इफ यू हैव एज अंकिता सेड इफ यू हैव थॉट ऑफ बीइंग एन सिविल सर्वेंट, आपको उस हिसाब से मेहनत करना पड़ेगा और मेहनत का दूसरा विकल्प नहीं है. एंड देयर आर सो मेनी स्टोरीज अराउंड. बहुत सारी पॉजिटिव स्टोरीज है. कितने डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन में पीपल फ्रॉम रिमोट प्लेसेस, फ्रॉम वेरी humble background, from a very rural colleges, people could make it to civil services. And even people from very high-fi background, very economically sound, they could not make it. So what's the difference? Difference is you must see what UPSC needs, how UPSC selects. As Ankita was saying, there should be smart preparation. एक आपको, लेकिन उसके पहले जरूरी है, आप जैसे अगर आपने सोच लिया तो आपको उस हिसाब से मेहनत करने के लिए तैयार होना चाहिए. देयर इज नो अल्टरनेटिव. सेकंड थिंग, आपको एक डिसिप्लिन लाइफ जीनी पड़ेगी जब तक आप इसको प्राप्त ना कर लें. टाइम मैनेजमेंट करना पड़ेगा, और इसके लिए एक जो स्मार्ट स्ट्रेटजी हो सकती है कि क्वेश्चंस कहाँ से पूछे जाते हैं, कैसे पूछे जाते हैं, कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स में किस तरह से स्ट्रेटजी अपनानी चाहिए, कौन से अच्छे नोट्स है. और देयर इज नो dearth of material on internet. Internet has been very handy. Even people who are not able to do coaching classes are taking guidance from any people, or don't get groups. So there are no dearth of material. As I said, you can pick and choose, and you have to choose smartly. Then you can certainly make it.
ओके, बाकी आप लोग क्वेश्चन देख पा रहे होंगे. एक प्रश्न था रोशन जी का. आई थिंक दैट हैज ऑलरेडी बीन आंसर्ड. गवर्नमेंट फैसिलिटी पब्लिक तक नहीं पहुंच पाती है. दिस क्वेश्चन इज फॉर प्रेम प्रकाश सर, ही सेज. बट मुझे लगता है उन्होंने ऑलरेडी इस प्रश्न का जवाब दिया है कि कैसे न्याय आपके द्वार एक अच्छी पहल है जिसके द्वारा आप लोगों को, एज फार एज देयर इज अनदर क्वेश्चन अबाउट setting up another department to handle complaints on social media. I think that has also been answered by Prem Prakash ji and all other panelists, that whichever district is active, they have deployed adequate resources to look into complaints and seamlessly respond, or as soon as possible respond. Prem ji, would you like to add something on this?
I think he has been disconnected.
Okay, all right. Sweta, is there any कोई ऐसा प्रश्न जो मैं नहीं देख पाया, आप पूछना चाहेंगी?
There is a question for Ankita ji, that is there any law for online fraud related to women? And is there any law to protect women from online abuse? If you could tell them about those laws, it would be great.
There are many laws with this regard, especially जो अभी IT एक्ट है, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एक्ट है, उसमें बहुत सारी धाराएं ऐसी हैं जो कि बहुत स्ट्रिंजेंट मैनर में वुमेन के अगेंस्ट क्राइम को प्रोटेक्ट करती हैं. प्लस जब हमारे IPC में भी मॉडिफिकेशंस हुए हैं तो उसमें भी जनरल लॉ में ऐसी लॉज हैं जो ऑनलाइन एस्पेक्ट वुमेन अब्यूज को प्रोटेक्ट करती हैं. पर एक्चुअली जनरली हमने जो देखा है कि पीपल कम इनिशियली, पर फिर बाद में जब वो उनके साथ स्टॉप हो जाती है वो एक्टिविटी, तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा FIR लॉन्च करने या उसके पक्ष में नहीं होते बिकॉज ऑफ द टीडियस प्रोसेस जो आगे लॉ का या कोर्ट का होता है. तो ऑफ कोर्स जो लॉ ऑनलाइन अब्यूज जो होता है विमेन के साथ उसमें काफ़ी सारे प्रोटेक्शन है. एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली जिस भी महिला के साथ ऐसा होता है उन्हें ज़रूर थाने आना चाहिए और इसकी रिपोर्ट दर्ज करानी चाहिए, क्योंकि वो केवल आपके स्वयं के लिए नहीं है कि आप अपने आप को बचा रही है, पर जो व्यक्ति ऐसा करता है उसकी फितरत में ही उस प्रकार का क्राइम इन्वॉल्व हो जाता है, तो वो बाकी महिलाओं को भी उससे मदद मिलेगी. तो देयर आर लॉज टू प्रोटेक्ट इट, एंड आई वुड लाइक टू से टू द विमेन जिनके साथ ऑनलाइन अब्यूज होते हैं, दे शुड कम फॉरवर्ड एंड लॉज देयर कंप्लेंट्स.
Any other questions, Sweta?
No, most of the questions have been answered.
Okay. So one last closing remarks from Prateek, and then Dipanshu sir. Prateek, there was a question about how exactly do we deal with if there is an organized crime, so to say, online? How do we exactly deal with that?
So let's say, for example, there is a crime related to something very specific in a specific region. This might be a set of actors, so a set of IP addresses, a set of phones, a set of laptops that are dealing with it. If as a technology company, like Logically, that's driven by artificial intelligence, we can find, we start off finding the source. So where is this original fake email coming from? Or where is this original fake Twitter message coming or hashtag or Twitter message coming from, or this WhatsApp message coming from. Then we try and see who else that's related to. So maybe there's 20 other people that person communicates with the most, and maybe all those people are in the same building or in the same region or in the same city. Once you do that, you can build a good image of if this one person we know is doing bad things, conducting cybercrime, then we know he's related the most to these 20 other people. They're also ones we should investigate. And then slowly you can build up an image of all their connections using not just their publicly available platforms, their Facebook and their Twitter, but also what they do on private platforms. And this has to be in conjunction with law enforcement. It can't be just done as a private company. Once you do that, you can investigate in far more detail what they're doing on a per minute or per second basis. In the same way that Ankitaji talked about, the traditional policing methods, which are the fundamentals of how to be a good police officer. So those are obviously there. The technology adds a layer on top, which essentially cuts police time and helps you not expose one person, but maybe 20, 30, 40 people in a very short period of time. Because however careful a cyber criminal is online, they will have left a trail. There will be credit card details, there will be an OTP, there will be a phone number, there will be their address, there will be an Aadhaar card number, something will be there. And the aim is to use the power of technology to be able to find that significantly quicker than a human would do.
Thank you very much. Dipanshu sir, one last closing remarks from you.
He has also disconnected.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. There is one question from an anonymous attendee as to that he had attended many webinars but unable to find answers. So I'm sorry, gentlemen, or whoever that might be. We are not here to answer, to act as Kunji of UPSC. Our job is to help you to get to hear views from those who have cleared, draw inspiration from them. Like Ankita ji said, she has been running a coaching. There are many other officers I personally know who have been helping. But to answer as somebody who couldn't clear civil services, I can tell you that you have to work hard, be diligent, be focused, and keep drawing inspirations from the like of Ankita and Santosh. Thank you all very much. It was a great afternoon today. Great day for Bureaucrats India for having conducted yet another session of BI webinar, where we talked about social media as a digital change agents, how bureaucrats, very successful bureaucrats, are using social media platforms for delivering social good. It has been fabulous. Thank you, my esteemed panelists, once again for being here, for giving your precious time. And thank you, my dear friends, who have been watching us all over on our Facebook and also on Zoom platform. Thank you all very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you.
Thank you.